All right, so a few ForgetMeNots. So if you transition to sort of the digital side of business for your internal operations, there are a few things you need to consider. It is different than just using online for marketing, for example, because now you're putting your sort of your operations and your trade secrets, in a different place. Now, I'm a CPA, and I come from an accounting background, and so we'll take QuickBooks. It's a product most people are familiar with, right? And now there's QuickBooks Online that I often recommend for the great majority of clients that I work with in those areas. And I'll have the business owners sometimes say, oh my gosh, that's so unsafe. I just can't imagine putting my accounting data online. And I'll say, oh my gosh, have you seen the computer that you're running your accounting data on? It's like a 1982, HP. You haven't backed it up in years. So safe is relative. If you do well with backing up your data now and you've got a great system for that, then you want to be careful about going online. But if maybe your computer infrastructure isn't as great as you would like for it to be, maybe if your employees don't, you don't have the systems to back up everything, moving something online, you can put in those institutional backups. If you use QuickBooks Online, it's being backed up all the time, period. You don't have to remember to do that. So the golden rule, back up everything. You can back up from Dropbox and Evernote and Google Docs. There is a way to pull that information back down from the cloud and load it onto hard drives. You want to use strong passwords. This is a big deal. You don't want your Facebook password to be the same as your bank password. Not a good idea. So have different passwords for at least different types of accounts. A different password for your email than for your banking and those sorts of things. So if somebody breaks in and gets in, if Twitter has a security breach and somebody gets your Twitter password, okay, that's not great. But if your Twitter password is the same as your bank password, that's really not a good idea. So just be very aware of the passwords that you're using. Remember to log out. So you guys saw me log in to many of my personal services on this computer. If I just walked away, the next person that popped open this computer would have, my email, my LastPass, so they'd have everything. So I have to be sure to log out. So if you're staying at a hotel and you're working from that hotel, be doubly sure that you use those log out functions. And another thing we've learned is that cheap is often much more reliable than free. So sometimes when something is totally free, you have a lot of the service outages kind of issue, whereas if something is just very inexpensive, something that's say $100 a year, for a business, that's, if it's providing a major function, that's pretty affordable, that's pretty cheap. And the reliability is head and shoulders above those completely free services. So if you're looking at a couple different products and one is free and one costs just a little bit, it might be worth just a little bit investment to be able to have that reliability increase.
Thanks for watching. Feel free to follow us on Twitter, like us on our Facebook fan page, or continue watching videos on our YouTube channel. For more info, visit neoviasolutions.com.